You're a disappointment. My father spat, his pen slashing across the trust fund documents. She's a lawyer. You're just playing with computers in your apartment. He didn't even glance at me as he signed everything over to my sister, Claire. I didn't argue. I simply smiled and walked away. I remember that smile. It wasn't defiance. It was containment. The quiet kind that comes just before a storm. Back then, I still called him Dad, and Claire still called me brother. We used to build Lego towers on the living room floor, taking turns pretending we were architects. She dreamed of designing laws. I dreamed of designing worlds. He always preferred her, the golden child, with perfect posture and polished charm. I was the quiet one, the observer, the different thinker. Computers became my escape, my way of creating what I could never have in reality. When our mother died, the little warmth in the house evaporated. Claire filled the silence with achievements. I filled it with code. Her world was made of words. Mine was made of systems. And systems, unlike people, are predictable. The day I discovered the betrayal, it was almost anticlimactic. I was debugging a security algorithm for a startup when I stumbled across familiar code. My code, line for line, even my hidden signature in the back end. Eden Project 2019. Only this wasn't my startup anymore. It was hers. Claire had taken my prototype, a decentralized ledger system I built 3 years prior, and presented it as her own. My father had funded it. Investors were lined up. And just like that, the disappointment had become the foundation for their empire. I didn't confront her. I congratulated her. Then I began building quietly. Not code this time, real infrastructure. I created a holding company in Singapore and started acquiring small firms, data analytics, server security, compliance auditing. No one noticed. No one cared. Piece by piece, I built my web. Then I began buying shares in their company. Not directly. Of course, through shell accounts, silent partners, algorithmic trades. My software did the work. By the time their startup went public, I owned 27% of it. They had no idea. 3 years. 3 years of silence, planning surgical patients. 3 years of watching my sister on magazine covers. My father beaming beside her, both basking in the glow of stolen success. Then came the IPO ceremony, a grand ballroom in New York. Gold banner, journalists, camera flashes. Claire on stage, radiant, rehearsed. My father in the front row, pride radiating like heat. I stood at the back. No spotlight, no name tag, just another investor in a tailored suit. She began her speech. Innovation runs in our family. I almost laughed. Halfway through, the financial director approached her, whispering urgently. Her smile wavered as she glanced at the projection screen. The live stock data had refreshed. My system had triggered the event. A press release from my holding company hit the wire. Eden Technologies announces acquisition, a controlling interest in Lucent Ledger Inc. Their company, her company, mine. Murmurs spread. Investors turned their heads. My father's proud expression twisted into confusion. Claire froze. That's when I walked forward, calm, collected, deliberate. Her eyes met mine. Recognition. Panic. Rage. "Ethan," she breathed. "Good to see you, Claire," I said softly. "I'm here to ensure the family legacy stays in capable hands." I extended my hand. She didn't take it. The cameras captured everything. The silence, the dawning horror, the shift of power. Later, after the ceremony, I found my father in the corridor staring at the market screen. Lucent Ledger stock had skyrocketed. He looked at me like I was a stranger. How? How did you? I was just playing with computers in my apartment. I reminded him. He said nothing, sliding into a chair as if the air had been sucked out of the room. I felt no joy, only equilibrium. The world had corrected itself. That night, I stood on the balcony of the penthouse suite the company had booked for me. The new CEO. The city shimmered below, cold and endless. I poured a drink and watched the ticker crawl across the building opposite. Lucent Ledger acquired by Eden Technologies. I'd named it Eden for a reason. Ethan's Denver. The place I'd been cast out of, now rebuilt in my image. People think revenge is anger. It isn't. It's precision, patience, strategy. When he called me a disappointment, I wasn't walking away in defeat. I was walking toward a world where I'd never need their approval again. At the board meeting the next morning, Claire sat across from me, no longer the star, just another shareholder. Her eyes were red, but she said nothing